Welcome back to AM Live, and I'm here with two lovely ladies, Barbara and Anna.
Hi.
And how are you, Barbara?
Good.
You're not nervous now?
No.
That girl. That's what I want to hear. We're purple soldiers today. I'm so excited I wore purple. I didn't even know this. Barbara, I want to ask you, tell us about what's coming up with the Operation Care.
Operation Care, in October 5th, we're having our Neon Fun Run, and it's for Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Great.
Operation Care, we serve the community for domestic violence and sexual assault. We are a support system. We have a safe house. We help our community with TROs, that's restraining orders. We also have counseling on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. for domestic violence support group. Anybody's welcome to come and join us.
And where's it located, dear?
On 619 New York Ranch Road.
Okay.
And on Thursdays, we have a REAP group, and it's for financial support. It teaches you how to do your finances, how to do your bank accounts, and just a lot of other things that you need for financial, if you've been financially abused, or just need some help with your financial.
Right. Well, don't you find, Barbara, sometimes that when people do go through a domestic violence situation, that they're basically isolated from everything? So this financial will help them a lot and help them understand you've got to stand on your own 2 feet. I think that's the
Correct.
first step. Am I right, Anna?
Yeah.
That you have to stand up and say, okay, stop. I'm not going to take this anymore, and I'm going to be responsible for what happens to me from now on. And that includes taking care of yourself financially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, everything.
Everything.
You have got to depend on yourself to be
Yes.
strong for yourself. And if there's children involved, none of this can happen for your children unless you're able to do it for yourself.
That's
Exactly.
correct.
So that's good. So tell me about your run.
Okay, so like Barbara was saying, our run's going to be on October 5th. Registration starts at 6 p.m. The actual 5K serious runners, we're going to start them at 7 o'clock, and then we'll do waves depending on how many people we have after that. About every 20 minutes, start a new wave. That way strollers and small kids and stuff like that can go through without getting
Right.
bulldozed. Our
That'd
registration...
be me, the stroller, the walker, more like
Yep.
it.
The registration is $10, and included in that registration, you get the T-shirt. They're actually white T-shirts, and then the print is in purple, so it's
How nice.
opposite of what we've got on. We'll have glow products for sale, and all proceeds go to benefit Operation Care, and it helps us because we have to come up with a certain amount of money that we raise and match what is given to us for grants. So it's really important that the community gets involved with and does
Absolutely.
fundraisers so that we can continue providing services.
Absolutely, and this is a great fundraiser. Barbara, it's important to point out that there are men that suffer from domestic violence, not just women.
That is correct. And we do also have support for men. Men are always welcome to come or call our crisis line. We do have a crisis line, and the number is 209-223-2600. And at any time, night or day, there's an advocate willing,
They're
there
ready
to talk.
for you, right?
We are there for men, women,
Children.
children, anybody. We also have groups for children. So if you feel like your children needs to come see a counselor, please call our office at 223-2897, and an advocate can help you with that.
Don't you find that domestic violence has a lot of victims, just not it's not one-on-one? There's a lot of victims. The children suffer because they see. And I think the most important thing for people to remember is that you're not fooling anybody. People know.
That's
Deep down
correct.
inside, people know. And what's so good about your organization and you people is that, one, everything is confidential.
That is
Exactly.
correct.
Two, no one, I mean, to the point where nobody knows where you're going to be, what you're going to be doing, nothing. And
That's
it's
correct.
absolutely magnificent the way that the protection and the education and the nurturing is there for people. And I think that's a very, very important issue. You know, if you have to escape in the middle of the night, there's somebody there.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
your number's in the book.
It is in the phone book.
And there's no problems, just day or night. You just call 24 hours a day and there's
We are
somebody
a
there.
24-hour crisis line. That is correct.
Right. The bad thing I think that it's hard to get across, and it's really bad, but you have to get it across, is that when you're in a domestic violence situation or a violent situation, a lot of times you always say to yourself, tomorrow's going to be different, it's going to change. There are many people that are in the cemetery that thought the same thing, and just somebody someday just snaps, and it's not the same. You know, they take it a step further and further and further. And that's why people, especially women, have to put their hand up and say, no, I'm not going to take this anymore. You're not alone. There are people out there like these ladies and other people with Operation Care. You don't understand the passion and the compassion that you have for these people. You know, and never be afraid. There should never be a stigma about this. A lot of people have gone through something, more people than you think, right?
Exactly.
Correct.
And people that sometimes are prominent, people that they got that prominent and they got out there because they overcame their domestic violence.
That's correct.
But it's very, very important to get out and to support these people, please. And again, Anna, where and when? It's October the 5th.
It's October 5th.
And you're going to be starting where?
The kickoff will be in the Public Safety Building parking lot at Jackson Rancheria. And then the trail is actually a private trail that they let us borrow, runs behind the Public Safety parking lot, and then they'll come back to the parking lot once
Great.
it's all done.
Great. And how much is the fee to enter?
It's $10 for registration.
Great. And that's nothing.
Right.
That's great. So we need people to get out there and to not only help these ladies, but now, if someone can't do the run, they can always get your number, give you a call, and send you a check. Am I
That's
correct?
correct.
So that's important because you have to match these funds because we
That's
don't want
correct.
this program to go away. This
Right.
program is much needed in Amador
Yes,
County.
Right.
Men and women.
Men and
And
women.
children.
And children.
And so you need to stand up against violence, against bullying, against all of this.
Right.
And you need to get out there and say, I'm not going to take this anymore, and I am going to do something about this.
That's right.
And take back your life. Because it is
correct.
your life. It's not the person that is abusing you's life.
That's correct.
So that's very, very important. And I really want to thank both of you very much because I know you don't deal with happy moments a lot, right? And it can get tough, but when you see these people leave and start a new life, it's just so
amazing.
important. It's so amazing how you can
Yes.
take somebody that has come in like a shrinking violet. I said violent. See, she's shrinking violet, and come out and like they're out there and saying, you know, you're not going to stop me anymore. It's my life. I'm going
Right.
to take care of myself and my kids and the children. That's a lot of the victims and stuff. So October the 5th, please get out there. Give them the phone number again, Barb.
209-223-2897.
Right, and if you can't do that, a donation, anything that you can give would be appreciated because it's so important that these
Yes.
ladies get this money to help them fight this domestic violence. With that, I'm going to have to leave you two girls for a moment and run over to Cam, but you're going to stick around and wind up with us, right?
We'll stay here.
All
Great.
right.
I'll be right over there with Cam. We're going to go to
Okay.
Cam.